Hello, and welcome back to It's Our Time podcast with your host, Dalal. That's me. So, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm so happy to be here. I don't know what this podcast is going to be about today, but I know that my spirit was called here to this moment, to be sitting here and to allow this moment to flow. It's no longer a long journey to myself. I thought that for a long time. I thought that coming home to myself was going to be a long path. I was going to have to do a lot of detours and a lot of research and a lot of unearthing to find the truth of who I am. And I did that for a long time. I did. I searched and I searched because there was a deep void in me as a Black woman. There was a deep void in me through the trauma that I experienced. And it's only until recently that I began to allow myself not to search for who I am, not to put pressure and go through and jump through hoops to be exactly who I am. I've just started to see and look within to allow the truth of who I am to come to the surface and to set down everything else that was clouding that clarity for me. I want to say that learning to trust your path, learning to trust your particular path looks like going deep within. And it looks like knowing that you are the center of your own world, the way that you see it, the way that you interact with it, the way that everything else comes into your space and time, every single thing, everything that is happening around you, everything that is happening in the world at large, all of that comes into your space and time and energy field. And you are the deciding factor of how to engage with it, how to move around it, how to dance with it. That is all within the power of you holding your universe. And it is so important for us as Black women to recognize that when we look at the world outside, that is not a proper representation of the path that our soul is being called to. Our path is going to look and feel and translate into this universe so starkly different than what is presented to us right now. What is presented to us right now is a reality that has no room for the expression of who we are authentically. It doesn't know how to hold that. It doesn't know how to interact with that. And there's going to be a lot of narratives and pushbacks of how our bodies are meant to feel and move and how we're meant to experience this reality from the world outside, which is so full, so congested is the word, not full, congested with programming, anti-Black programming, anti-woman programming, anti-free, anti-normal, anti-normal way of being, which is a normal way of being is an all-inclusive climate, right? Where souls, our souls in these physical bodies, in these physical manifestations, have ample space and freedom and love to be seen, to be valued, to be nourished, and to have the experience that we all come here for. It does look like the possibility in the reality of having people live comfortably, be taken care of, and be loved. And it looks like allowing our transient DNA to manifest in this reality with a pure stream, untainted, uncongested, and flowing from source, flowing from the truth of who we are, the source of who we are. And it's so important for Black women for us to find solace in one another, right? To be really, really seen in all your capacity, to be seen in your vulnerabilities, to be seen in your shadow, to be seen in your strengths, in your love and in your weaknesses, to be seen in your magic, to be seen through the lens of your ancestors, because their spirit is all around us. It's constantly living through us. It's constantly permeating the truth of their experiences and the truth of who we are. And it's literally a calling in my spirit to open up, and to see and to connect more deeply with that truth. I say this because I've only begun to really understand how magical we are, how truly magical and how powerful our connection to Source is. Up until this point, the narrative that I was holding was almost like a bizarre illusion, a bizarre narrative of who I was supposed to be or who I thought I was. Very limiting, void, lonely, depressed. Like I was just taking in so many projections, and I was believing so many lies, some that manifest from myself, many that manifest from the world around me, and I don't have room for that. My soul doesn't have room for that anymore. And this is a new territory, but it's a true territory. So it doesn't feel like I don't know what it is. I feel like this is what I've always longed for. If you're somebody like me, right? Like I know that this expression that I am experiencing right now is an experience for me to honor and to see and to hold and to be witness to who I am expressed in this reality, who I am expressed through this particular voice, through this particular energy field right now. And it can be as expansive as I want it to be, or it can be as small as I want it to be, or it can just be allowed to be. When was the last time you were allowed to be without expectations, without force, without demand, without having to be a particular person or thing? That was what I really missed. And this is what called me back to this space of my being is that child in me that I just remember her loving the space of just being. There was really not much thought about what she created. There was not much thought about what she looked like. There was not much thought about what others were doing or not doing. There was just this real, simple intimacy between herself and her world and her spirit and source. It allowed for things to be so clear. It allowed for interactions to be so pure and within their designated space and time. It allowed for self to be present. My journey, or my path, I would say, my path has gifted me time with my ancestors and time to know that there is magic, that there is an interaction with energy, that there is an interaction with other dimensions that permeate in our present reality, that lead us when we don't even know. It's incredible. It's incredible. I can't search anymore. I can't search anymore for what's already here, for who is already here. All of you is here already. All of you is here right now. And you are loved, and you are protected, and you are seen. And one thing I know about this moment in time, I know that Black women are and have already chosen ourselves. We have already chosen to lean on the frequency, the currency, and the truth of who we truly are in this manifest world. And I feel the uproar of all the energies of the world are in an uproar right now. Many of the things that are happening in this world is because inherently at the source root, the energetic, unseen source root, Black women have chosen ourselves. And if you don't think we are that powerful, that the world will be turning upside down, and it's creating all these distractions and upheavals, and you think it has nothing to do with Black women finally holding true to themselves and holding the power that we know we are, then that's where I tell you it's time to take the veil off. It's time to really, really begin to see who you are. It's time to release this world and its narrative and its congested delusions and lies. There is nothing wrong. We see the fear that is being tried to strike in our hearts when we see our children being taken. We know the pain when we see a Black woman being subjected to tyranny, especially if she is alone in this world, or she feels or believes she is alone in this world. Those energies around, honey, they are waiting for us to believe that we are alone, waiting for us to believe that we are divided, waiting for us to believe that this world is to be lived trying to fit in to a particular reality. When we hold beliefs to those things. It grants the permission for all energies to ebb and flow freely and infest our divinity and infest our minds and our spirits. I'm so glad and so proud to know that Black women are choosing themselves, and we are harmonizing our spirits, and we are trailblazing, and we are coming home to ourselves, and we're manifesting true, through and true, through and true to who we really are. I told you I did not know, and I don't think I'll ever need to know where my soul is taking me, because now I trust who I am and I trust my path. My God has shown me love. My ancestors have shown me protection. The energies around me, the wind, the water, they've shown me who I am. And I lean into that now. I welcome that now. I welcome you and you now. Take care, y'all. I love you. I love you, and it's Our Time podcast, honey, because it's our time. It's our time. Please like, share, subscribe, and bring your presence here again so that we may continue to connect and we may continue to share in this love and in this truth, and to be seen and to see. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.